Hello, this is Diamond Jim. Today I'm going to show you how to make corrugated grain bins. This is one that I've already completed. I still need to put the blowers on it. There's the concrete block base. There's the side and then the top. Show you the different stages of that. I start out with a cardboard core. This is actually a core that some vinyl was rolled on. It's very hard and smooth. There's a hole punched in the side so I can put my string and a knot on the string so the string doesn't pull through. Once I get the string wound around the core, this is what it will look like, and I put a couple coats of paint on it to actually glue the string to the cardboard and also give it a little bit of working consistency. Once I got that, then I use this brush, stiff brush, to it's an old brush that I cut off and make the bristles real stiff down here by the bottom, and then I brush that to get all the burrs and stuff off instead of sanding it so I don't ruin the string on there. Okay, some of the materials that I use. This is a flat poly PVC sheeting, and I cut into strips on my bandsaw, and that's what I use to make the ribs, the big ribs on the top. I also use some styrene, very small styrene strips to make these the smaller ones. The top is actually just cut out of cardboard, and then the bolt heads are actually just drops of glue that were put on and set to dry. It is set on a ring. Top part is set on a ring, and that ring is actually made from PVC piping. It's 1/2 inch piping cut on my bandsaw, and then I cut the core or the base for the roof out of cardboard, and I cut a 10-degree notch in that. Then on the back side, you see, once I put that together, I use a piece of cardboard and glue that on there to give it the rounded appearance. Plastrux is what I use for the base of the grain bin. This happens to be the concrete block style. Some of the glues that I use. This is medium CA. That's what I use to glue the Reynolds wrap aluminum foil to the core. Tight bond wood glue was used to kind of fasten the string so it doesn't unravel until you get it ready to work. This is an awl that I made out of an old screwdriver that I had, and I used that in various stages, also to punch the hole in the side of the cardboard to allow the string to go through. Once I got it in this stage and it's all dry and ready to go, I take aluminum foil strips and I glue those aluminum foil strips to the core, and I let that set. I use CA for that, and then I let that set and be sure it's really dry. Then what you can do is you can take that and you can rub your finger across that to get the string appearance to come through, and it looks like a corrugated siding. The device that I used to wrap the string was actually made from just scraps of wood and some threaded rod that I have. This is the spool of string that will be sent through a tiny little opening here. I have a hole on this side where the string comes through. This piece of wood right here will ride on top of this core. These discs were actually cut to fit exactly the diameter of the core top itself. And I got one there and one here. Then I cut 3 pieces of wood. This is actually just masonite, and 2 of them on each side and one smaller in the center to make a pulley. And I got 2 of those exactly the same size, so they will run at the same speed. So there's one there and one here. This is the one where the where this piece will ride along this threaded rod as the drill works and turns this where where actually the cardboard core will be placed. So as I set this up, you can watch how I do all that. This cardboard core fits right over this very snugly. You notice I got a rubber band here to so that this pulley and this pulley runs at the same speed. I'll pull this string back to get it set. I use just a little extra length on my cardboard tubing so that I can cut the ends off of the cardboard once it's done. So you'll notice I got a nice, fairly even spacing of the strings. Then I will glue this. I'll glue this end of the string on there so it doesn't unravel. I'll let it set and let that dry. Then I'll spray paint it, or is brush painted. This is actually brushed with some old paint that I had. The paint doesn't have to be that expensive. You can use some old junk that you had because you're going to cover that with aluminum foil anyway. Then once that's set up, then it comes to this process here. Cut the aluminum foil to the right size and glue it along the side. And then the next part, you just take your time to press that down, and then glue the seam on the other side. Then once you have that done, then I go ahead and make the top of this, and then the base out of the Plastrux, and you end up with this. I still have to add some blowers onto the end, and I have the elevator here, which is going to be connected from the top down to the center of each of those grain bins. I plan to start with three grain bins at first, and then see if I got any more room. I might add another 1 or 2. This is Diamond Jim, over and out.